So we meet again. We will get started in 5 minutes, 2 o'clock East Coast time. I'll say hello to a few people while you're coming in. Hi, Ian and Erica and Alana, Maddie, Jilly, and Josh. How you doing today? And I see that Braden's here, and Cora and Abby and Mike and Mitch and Claire and Eddie and Noah are here, and Jonah from Boston, the Champ Kids, and Nora and Eloise, and Graham is here, and Kieran, Derek and Zach and Chloe. Hi to all of you. You're probably wondering who that head is behind me. That's my friend Elaine. You want to say hi, Elaine?
Hi, everybody.
And Wesley's here, and Robbie, and Ryan, and Patrick, and Kyle in Nevada, and Liam in, that's good that Liam's here. Josh and Chris, and Grant in Virginia, and Abigail in North Carolina, and Mattingly and Brady, and Walker and Blake, Sophia and Stephanie from New Rochelle, and Cullen and Jameson from North Carolina. And somebody from the Netherlands is here. Cool. The Phillips kids in Alabama, Marina and Kayla. Hi, how you doing? We'll get started in 4 minutes, 2 o'clock East Coast time. The Kendricks kids are here again. Thank you for coming back. AJ and Morgan and Jacob and Amelia and Mason and Cameron and Hudson and Cooper and somebody said, hi, Dad. Who that is. Molly, Tommaso, and David from Illinois. Landon and Luke from Texas. And Jack and Ben from Tampa. And Molly and Voorhees, New Jersey. Mason. Popcorn, you want to say hi? Popcorn wants to say hi, too. Hi. Okay. And Lennon in Oklahoma. And Daniel and Evan and Ben and June and Sophia's here, and Evan and Luke and Joshua. Somebody says hi, Elaine. Kyler and Cameron and Callie. And the Tuttles here from Saginaw, Michigan. We'll get started in three minutes. Daniel and Zachary. And Elmo and William and Abby and Gabe and Noah and Reed. Hi, you guys. We'll get started very soon. I'll take a sip of my water. Reed is here, and Shelby and Spencer. Jesse from Oakland. Sandy and Stacy. Braden. Kayla. Elaine. And that's hi, Elaine. Sorry. Annie, Kevin, and Carolyn. And Alina says hi from Ohio. Okay. 2 minutes to go, you guys. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks for coming back. Madison from Staten Island. And Leah from Texas. Skyla's here. And so many other people. Sean and Bella and Benjamin and Josephine. Nina and Emma downstairs. Say hello. Okay. Sean and Logan and Emily and Riley and Cooper. And Evan and Tyler. Amelia, Maya, Levy, Ethan. Hi. It's 1:59. Okay, so I got to stop reading your names. So I'm ready to do what I have to do. Take another sip, and hope you're all excited. I am. I'm psyched. We're coming down the home stretch of this book now. We're going to finish it tomorrow. Yeah, start a new book on Monday. Tell you all about that in a minute. Or less than a minute. 1:59. It's almost go time. Just warn you, Elaine, I'm going to clap my hands at go time. I know what the question of the day tomorrow will be. Who's Elaine? Okay. All right. You mark. Get set. It's go time, baby. Hi, everybody out there. Thanks for coming back. My name is Dan Gutman. I'm the author of the My Weird School series, as you know. And let's start with our question of the day, which is from Liam in Madison, New Jersey. Hi, Liam. who says, have you ever thought about making a My Weird School movie? I don't know about a movie, but I could definitely see an animated TV show. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that'd be great. The problem is that the author doesn't have really any control over that. There's not much an author can do to make that happen. It's really up to somebody in Hollywood to discover a book and decide to make it into a movie. So if any of you happen to know Steven Spielberg personally or somebody in Hollywood, slip them a My Weird School book and maybe we can make that happen. Hey, we already have the theme song, right? And we'll hear that later. So for now, let's get to our book of the week, Miss Newman Isn't Human. Hello, Newman. And as you know, Miss Newman is the weather lady. She's the weather lady. And sadly, her cue card guy, the guy who provided all her dialogue, got struck by lightning early in the book, and he's been in the hospital the whole time. So that's sad. But Ms. Newman, she doesn't really know much about the weather, but she's doing the best she can. She's got to spend the whole day at the school. And she has a little, like a weather trivia contest. And guess who wins the weather trivia contest? Well, AJ and Andrea both won the contest. And so they're going. The prize is to get to take a ride in Miss Newman's hot air balloon. So that's where we left off yesterday. And now we're going to start with chapter 8, which is titled Numbers. You guys ready? Okay. Gather around your big screen TV, your laptop, your tablet, your smartphone, whatever it is you're watching me on, and let's get started with chapter 8. Starts with one word. What? I thought the prize was going to be a candy bar or $1 million. I didn't want to go on a balloon ride with Andrea. Ooh, Ryan said. AJ and Andrea are going on a balloon ride together. They must be in love. When are you going to get married? Asked Michael. If those guys weren't my best friends, I would hate them. Ryan, you can go on a balloon ride instead of me, I said. Really? Ryan replied. Cool. I'm sorry, boys, said Miss Newman, but AJ won the contest fair and square. He can't give the prize away. I have to go to the bathroom, I said. Maybe I'll go on the balloon ride some other time. You do not have to go to the bathroom, Arlo, Andrea said. You're just saying that because you don't want to go on the balloon ride with me. Andrea put her hands on her hips. And you know what it means when girls put their hands on their hips. It means they're mad. Nobody knows why. There was no way out of it. I had to go on the balloon ride with Andrea. Ugh. Okay, everybody, shouted Mr. Cooper, Pringle up. We walked to the playground. Mr. Klutz was out there next to the Channel 4 weather balloon tied to the ground with ropes. Well, the balloon was tied to the ground with ropes, not Mr. Klutz. It would be weird if Mr. Klutz was tied to the ground with ropes. Do I have to go on the balloon ride? I asked. This is going to be fun, AJ, he told me. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Having an elephant fall on your head would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, too. But I don't want that to happen. Miss Newman climbed into the basket under the balloon. Andrea climbed into the basket next. Then I climbed in. The basket was small. There was just enough room in there for the three of us and a video camera. Bon voyage, shouted Mr. Klutz. Huh? He was suddenly talking French for no reason. 10, 9, 8. Everybody started chanting. 7, 6, 5. I held onto the side of the basket. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, release the ropes, yelled Miss Newman. Bye, all the kids shouted. The balloon started rising. It felt like I was in an elevator, but there were no buttons. The ground fell away. Whee! Shouted Andrea. This is fun! And here's one of Jim's pictures of the balloon rising up off the ground. This is fun! Not for me. I thought I was going to die. Is something wrong, AJ? Asked Miss Newman. No, nothing, I replied. You're pale as a ghost, she said, putting her hand on my forehead. I'm fine. You're sweating, Arlo, Andrea said. You look sick. What is it? I closed my eyes. Oh, and here's a picture of Arlo, AJ sweating in the balloon. What is it? I closed my eyes. Okay, I finally admitted. I'm afraid of heights. There, I said it. It's scary being in high places. I don't like to be in an airplane. I don't like to be in tall buildings. I don't even like elevators. We were rising higher and higher over the roof of the school. Let's go back down, Andrea said. Arlo looks like he's going to pass out. It's too late to go back down now, said Miss Newman. Why didn't you tell me earlier that you were afraid of heights, AJ? I would have picked somebody else to take the balloon ride. I didn't want my friends to know, I said. It's nothing to be ashamed of, Arlo, Andrea told me. Lots of people are afraid of heights. I looked it up on my smartphone. It's called acrophobia. Andrea looks everything up so she can prove how smart she is. Promise me you won't tell anybody, I said. If the guys find out that I have acrophobia, they'll make fun of me for the rest of my life. Okay, Andrea said. Hold on, Arlo. We'll get you through this, AJ, said Miss Newman. We waved to everybody down on the playground. I tried to smile, but it felt like my stomach was going to fall out of my body. This was the worst day of my life. I wanted to go to Antarctica and live with the penguins. Isn't it beautiful? Asked Andrea. I don't know if it was beautiful or not. I had my eyes closed. But that just made it worse. Andrea and Miss Newman were holding on to me. I opened my eyes again. We were floating above the trees. The school looked really small. We were getting higher and higher. I don't feel good, I said. Are you going to be okay, AJ? Asked Miss Newman. I have to go to the bathroom, I said. Balloons don't have bathrooms, Arlo, Andrea said. Well, I have to go. I told you that before. I thought you just said that to get out of riding in the balloon with me, replied Andrea. No, I had to go to the bathroom, I told her. I still do. Can't I just climb up on the edge here and... No! Shouted Andrea and Miss Newman. Do you have to go number 1 or number 2? Asked Andrea. Number 3. Number 3? She said. What's number 3? I never heard of number 3. I'm not sure I want to know what number 3 is, said Miss Newman. I thought you were so good in math, I told Andrea. Number 3 is when you have to do a number 1 and a number 2 at the same time. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Okay, that's too much information, said Miss Newman. And it's gross, added Andrea. By the way, here they are floating over the trees. What's really gross is number 4, I told them. Number 4? Both of them said. What's that? Andrea asked me. I never heard of number 4. Ha! Finally, I knew something Andrea didn't know. Believe me, I told her. You don't want to know what number 4 is. Try to hold it in, Arlo, Andrea told me. We'll be back on the ground soon. Right, Miss Newman? Miss Newman didn't answer. She was looking at me. What is number 4? She asked. Do you really want to know? Yes, both of them replied. Okay, number 4 is when... I didn't have the chance to finish my sentence because at that moment, the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. A blast of water hit us in the face. We're heading into a storm, shouted Miss Newman. She was right. The sky was suddenly dark all around us, and the rain was coming down hard. It's raining cats and dogs, Andrea shouted. That was a total lie. I didn't see any animals falling out of the sky. It was just rain. We were already soaked. It was coming down so hard that it was blowing sideways. The basket was swaying back and forth. I was afraid we might fall out. And here's one of Jim's pictures of the basket going sideways in the storm. Okay. This looks like a Category 1 or a Category 2 storm, shouted Miss Newman. It could even be Category 3. Is a Category 3 storm a Category 1 storm and a Category 2 storm put together? I asked. It's not like going to the bathroom, Arlo, shouted Andrea. I'm afraid this might be a Category 4 storm, shouted Miss Newman. Uh-oh, that can't be good. There was another blast of wind, and then suddenly the rain stopped, and I was hit in the face with sand or dust or dirt or something. I closed my eyes just in time. What's going on? Shouted Andrea. Are we in the middle of a hurricane? No, Miss Newman shouted back. Is it a himicane? I asked. No, shouted Miss Newman. It's a haboob. Well, that's chapter 8. You guys ready for chapter 9? Very exciting now. Chapter 9 is titled, Okay, So I Lied. Okay, so I lied. I told you there was no such thing as a haboob, and there would be no more haboobs in this book. And guess what? It turns out haboob is a real word, and it's part of the story. Cover your faces, yelled Miss Newman. Keep the sand out of your eyes and nose. You didn't have to tell me. I pulled my t-shirt over my face to keep the sand away. What are we going to do? Shouted Andrea. There's nothing to do but ride it out, Miss Newman yelled back. The haboob could be moving 40 miles an hour. Wow, that might be fast enough to blow the school away. And if the school blows away, there'll be no school. Yay! But right now, I had other things to worry about. The basket was swaying back and forth. I was afraid the whole thing might flip over. Are we going to die? I shouted. Not on my watch, Miss Newman shouted back. What did watches have to do with anything? She wasn't even wearing a watch. Miss Newman grabbed some ropes on the side of the basket and pulled on them. I guess it was for steering or something. The basket stopped swaying. This is a dangerous situation, she hollered over the sound of the wind and sand blowing in our faces. I need to report the weather to the people. How are you going to do that? Andrea shouted. Grab that camera off the floor, Miss Newman yelled. We have a satellite link up so we can transmit the signal back to Channel 4. I have sand in my eyes, Andrea hollered. I can't see. I got it, I yelled as I picked up the camera. What do you want me to do? Push the red button and point the camera at me, Miss Newman yelled back. I did what she said, and here's a picture of AJ pointing the camera at Miss Newman in the middle of the storm. Okay, where are we? I did what she said. This is Sprinkles Newman of Channel 4 Weather, she hollered. I'm coming to you live from the middle of a haboob. That's an intense sandstorm. If you're outside, I need you to get inside right away. If you can't get inside, cover your nose and mouth with cloth. The camera was heavy, but I kept pointing it at Miss Newman. If you're in your car driving somewhere, pull over right away, she shouted. Almost every death caused by a haboob has been because people try to drive cars through them and they crash into things. She went on like that for a while, talking about which direction the haboob was heading and how fast it was moving. She sure knows a lot about haboobs. Finally, the haboob blew past. The sky got calm. Miss Newman steered the balloon so we were coming down in a field across the street from where we took off. The whole school came running over. Well, not really. Schools can't run. They don't have legs. But all the kids, teachers came running over. They were cheering and clapping. We saw you on TV, everybody shouted. That was cool, AJ, said Neil. You're famous. This was the greatest day of my life. Mr. Klutz helped us climb out of the basket. All the teachers were taking pictures with their cell phones. Arlo, you were so brave filming that video, said Andrea. And then she did the most horrible thing in the history of the world. She kissed me! Ah! And here's a picture of Andrea giving AJ a kiss. Oh, gross. This was the worst day of my life. Ooh, Ryan said. Andrea kissed AJ and said he was brave. They must be in love. When are you going to get married? Asked Michael. Well, that was chapter 9. Tomorrow, we're going to start chapter 10, the L word. And we're going to finish this book tomorrow. Yes, we are. And we're going to start, on Monday, we're going to start a new book, which is going to be called Miss Tracy is Spacey. So, before we go, how about joke of the day? You ready for the joke of the day? Okay, here it is. What did the policeman say to his stomach? What did the policeman say to his stomach? Freeze! You're under a vest. All right. Maybe that's so funny. Okay, let's go out with thanks to Josh Salzman and Ryan Cunningham for the theme song. Are you ready? Dance with me.
My weird school, I'm AJ and my school's next. My weird school, before a school is fine, I guess. My weird school, where odd is cool, and the teachers are strange as a rule. Where Mrs. Youngers is bonkers, and Mrs. Daisy is crazy, Mrs. Cooney is loony, and this lady is zany. And then there's her principal, his name's Mr. Klutz, and man, oh man, is that man nuts. My weird school, 1,100,000 hours long. My weird school, where normal things do not belong. My weird school, where odd is cool, and the teachers were strange as a rule. My weird school. My weird school. Oh yeah, it's my weird school.
Okay, you guys. Same time tomorrow, same place. I will see you right here. Until then, read like crazy, wash hands like crazy, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay. All right. Let me just log off.